Hello everybody, how are you doing? This will be my third or fourth YouTube video. I'm supposed to do this a long time ago. I'm here because America and the world is in a sick place. We have basically declared war alongside US and Israel have attacked Iran, causing havoc in the Middle East once again. And it is really disgusting because I'll say it like this. America does not want to listen to black women. America decided to ignore Kamala Harris, not vote for her. America decided to ignore Michelle Obama, who warned everybody about what Donald Trump is capable of doing. The main reason Donald Trump is declaring war on Iran is because he wants people to forget about the Epstein files. It's distraction. In case you guys don't know, in 1997, there was a movie called Wag the Dog. So basically what Wag the Dog was it was a fictional American president who declared war on another country in order to distract his fellow Americans from a political scandal. Coincidentally, the year after that, actual president, American President Bill Clinton, was involved with we know what, Monica Lewinsky and the whole nine. That had nothing, it was just a coincidence. Donald Trump is like Wag the Dog 1997, except it's 29 years in the future. He is invading Iran because he doesn't want us to know what's in them files. When you think about the Epstein files, you have to look at it this way. Jeffrey Epstein worked with the Mossad, which is like the Israeli intelligence agency. So that means that Israel has knowledge of Trump's dirty deeds in regards to Epstein and pedophilia. And then Russia knows what Trump did. Why do you think Trump is so pro-Putin? Trump has never, ever said any negative thing about Vladimir Putin. And I think I know why. It's because Putin has sexual blackmail against Donald Trump, and he releases it. If Trump says no to Putin, he releases his dirty laundry. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. So he has to be pro-Russia. Think about how sad this is, America. Donald Trump ain't our president. Vladimir Putin's our president. That's shameful. Then another bad thing. Think about it this way. Why do you think what happened when what went down in Venezuela went down? Think about this, people. Venezuela's oil has something to do with Iran and Russia. Okay, now tell me, you guys probably don't know who Juan Orlando Hernandez is. Juan Orlando Hernandez was the former Honduran president who was pardoned by Donald Trump. He was like making money off, he was basically a drug lord or making money off drugs. And then another thing is, this is like Panama in 89-90 when George H.W. Bush invaded Panama to get Manuel Noriega, bring him to justice for profiting off of drugs. So what this is like the Monroe Doctrine. Trump called the Monroe Doctrine. So Trump is just bullying Latin America. Now that thing with Mexico, with the El Mencho guy, with the new generation cartel in Mexico, La Generación Nueva, when the Spanish word ends in C-I-O-N, that means it's feminine. So La Generación Nueva, El Mencho, I don't know, or El Mencho, I don't know his government name. He was taken out. He was the highest ranking cartel member in La Generación Nueva. I agree with that. I mean, that's because who knows, God knows what he's bringing fentanyl, all the whole nine. You have to, and then Greenland. He wants Greenland because to take it from Denmark, because Trump thinks that if he can control Greenland, he controls Arctic shipping routes. And so it's basically economics. Now Iran, I'm going to put it like this. America has been enemies with Iran since at least 1953, because in 1953, that's when the Korean War was closing down. The 3-year Korean War was ending. And then the United States, the CIA, with some British collaborators, went to Iran, I'm assuming Tehran, the capital, overthrew the person Iran had just voted for, and installed our own, the leader we liked for Iran. Come on, man. Come on, man. So for the past 72, 73 years, it's been like this. Then after that, we all saw what went down in 1979 with the Iranian Revolution and the prisoners, and they captured some Americans. And you had 1953, you had 1979, you had what else with Iran? Oh, then you had Obama with the Iran can't go nuclear, and then Trump didn't agree with it, and Tom Cotton sent the letter to Iran, and he was called a traitor and charged. Arkansas governor, Republican Senator Tom Cotton said that that happened, and then people were calling him a traitor. He should be charged with treason. So I'm thinking about what else. Iran. Oh, I forgot to mention, they're aligned with. Iran hates America and hates Israel. Iran hates America because we're aligned with Israel. And we're aligned with Saudi Arabia. Iran hates Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabia is a Sunni Muslim nation, and Iran is a Shiite Muslim nation. They don't like each other. They're like Bloods and Crips. They hate each other. So basically, what I gotta say, guys, is Trump got us in this mess. He messed up the economy with his stupid tariffs. Let me bring up Nicki Minaj for a minute. Nicki Minaj switched sides and supported MAGA because she's Trinidadian. She's Dula, which means she's half black, half Asian Indian. Trinidad has that Indian influence from India because they were a British colony. Trinidad and India were British. So she's half black, half Indian American, Indian Trini. So she was born around 82, and she moved to Queens, South Jamaica, Queens, when she was little. And turns out she is not a citizen, believe it or not. So she's about 42 years old. She's been famous since 2009 when with Lil Wayne's Young Money records. Lil Wayne signed Drake and Nicki Minaj and Tyga and those other rappers. So Nicki Minaj became the first rapper to speak at the UN, talking about how she doesn't like anti-Christian violence in Nigeria. And I'm a Nigerian American. I'm from the Igbo tribe. I'm Biafran. I'm from the Igbo tribe, and I have mixed feelings about what's going down in Nigeria. But when you look at Nicki, she is someone who's an opportunist. She knows that her husband and her brother are either one's a pedophile, one's a sex offender, or I forgot which is which. She feels that if she aligns with MAGA, Trump will pardon them. But here's the thing with political ignorance. Political ignorance can be fatal, because she probably does not know that presidents can only pardon federal crimes, not state crimes. I'm assuming those sex crimes are state crimes, so she can get pardoned. So check this out. It's ironic for her to have a pardon from someone who's Trump, who is also a sex criminal. Think about how stupid this sounds. When you're so desperate for stuff, desperation is, you feel me, it's just, desperation leads you to do bad things. You don't think straight when you're desperate. That's why we have so many people who are incarcerated. That's due to systemic racism. You have no money, you slang drugs. You have no money, you go hit a lick. You have no money, you commit fraud. You have no, because you're in a desperate situation. It's just an analogy for analogy's sake. I understand the mass incarceration, prison, industrial, yeah, with systemic racism. But if you're desperate, you don't really think. You just think you need to survive. Not being a citizen, your brother and husband are pedophiles and sex offenders, and she was gonna sue Jay-Z because she didn't receive her ROI in a return on investment in some type of some type of investment. Maybe she's having financial problems. People do these things. I don't want to say she's not relevant anymore. Nicki Minaj was beefing with Cardi B, and she was beefing with Cardi. And then you got these things. So all these things I've touched geopolitics, I've touched hip hop, I've touched politics, American politics, I've touched racism, they're all connected somehow. But check this out. For example, now you look at this Iran war. It's funny because 10 years ago, someone posted in social media when Trump was elected, I don't know whether to get ready for the second American Civil War or World War III. I did not lie. I said it could be both. It could be either or. It can be one or the other. Then I was like, yeah, this might be World War III. Look at it, guys. Russia is fighting Ukraine. Israel was already fighting Gaza. Hamas in Gaza. They were fighting Lebanese Hezbollah. And they were fighting, they attacked Syria. Now they're fighting Iran. 2, 3. What if China invades Taiwan? So what are you looking, and then America is doing this in Iran. So what are we doing? Russia is fighting Ukraine. Israel and America is fighting Iran. Israel is, I guess, still fighting Gaza. That looks like World War III to me. So basically, what is a world war? A world war is a war where there's too many countries that are aligned with each other on one side, fighting against another alliance of another group of countries on one side. That's hell. That is pure hell. Pure hell. Think, America. You had an opportunity in November of 2024 to do the right thing. No, you don't want to listen to black women. I'm going to put it like this. I feel that white people did this because they don't have to feel accountability for racism. That you can't have your cake and eat it too. These folks, Latinos included, who voted for this man, it's real ugly. If it was up to me, I would say only Republicans fight in that war. Sorry. That's how it goes down like that. You voted for this man? Well, he did say, I will give Trump credit, he will not, no new war. I'll end all the war. I don't like forever wars. No one likes war. But we all know he's flip-floppy, he's wish-washy, he ain't true to his word. His word ain't his bond. Now look at what we're doing. That's sick. That's sick. All we do is declare war in this country. That's all we do. Our infrastructure is failing. Our schools are failing. I work in a public school in Oakland. School is failing. We have no universal health care because they don't want black people to have it. They didn't pay slave reparations? No. This country is sick. Sick. We live in a sick country, people. I'm keeping it real with you. We live in a sick country. Look at what we're doing. When George Bush was in the president March 2003, I remember I was 11, turning 12. I moved to out of Oakland, I moved to like Antioch. I was like, okay, we're going to go to war with Iraq. George W. Bush said Iraq went to Niger to get enriched uranium for its nuclear program and WMD, and then the inspectors went there and saw there was no WMD. He's declared war anyway. I was like, this is the worst president of all time. I was 12, 13, 14. It's like, what America? The people with George was, my name's George W. I'm from Texas. I'm from Texas. I love Americans, my fellow Americans. I'm like, hey, this is sick. Do you notice how no one talks about George W. Bush anymore? We just let him fade into the sunset. He's not being held responsible for nothing. Come on, man. Look. Iraq, Saddam Hussein had nothing to do with the 9/11 attacks. We just wanted oil and money. Oil and money, that's all it is. That's all it was. That's what all it still is. I'm sick. I'm sick. America's better than this. Somebody commented, I'd rather serve crack than serve this country. I mean, well, people, you got what you asked for. I did not vote for Donald Trump. I voted for Kamala Harris. That's who I voted for. I ain't got nothing to feel ashamed about. I voted for Kamala Harris, and y'all should have done that too. But you don't like black women, so now we're in this BS. All your fault. I'm done. I'm out of here.